2K, they dropped the builder. Mike Wayne was giving us a lot of stuff. Mike Wayne gonna have some stuff in this video, but most of this stuff that we're gonna get from the builder is gonna be from Zach Timmerman. There's also some other people that we can look at for the devs and stuff like that, but first and foremost, person that's giving us the most info for the builder is going to be Zach Timmerman. Now, Zach Timmerman, first question, are any shooting badges aside from mini marksman height cap shifty shooter maxes at 6'11"? So there's height cap still in the game for badges. I'm thinking 98 nailed it. I don't know what this is. What is the exact ball control attribute to get? Okay. Yeah. So he's giving us attributes that we need, or what we need to get certain badges. And to get like the new ankle breaker, you need a 98 ball handle. What is the exact ball control? Oh, it says it right here. What's the height cap? 6'10" can get 98 ball handle. So he's pretty much saying the tallest you can be to have ankle assassin is 6'10". The tallest height you can have for legend is 6'2". I wish they would tell us like more of the height caps depending on the badge and the tier, but cool. All right, right here we're talking about the cap breakers and badge perks. So if you use a cap breaker to go from gold to Hall of Fame, then you can use a badge perk to go from Hall of Fame to legend. Yes, the +1 badge perk allows that, which we went over in the blog. What are the attribute ratings needed to unlock legend badges? All legend badges have at least one attribute requirement that is in the 90s. Most are 97, 98, 99, very high. The lowest is strong handle, which requires a 93 strength, as well as 80 ball handle. So that's pretty much like that one thing that we had this year. Physical handles, I think that's what that is. Physical handles. Also, so hyped, you can earn season XP from all my career games in NBA 2K25. So even if you never want to hop into online play against others, you'll be able to earn all the rewards each season. That's interesting. I don't know why it wasn't like that for season with they're having like a whole rep system now. So I guess that makes sense. Okay. Right here. Okay, this is pretty much just showing proof that builds on 24 are worse, or they're buffed on 25 compared to 24. That's pretty much all that's saying. Do cap breakers transfer across saves? Can you change them? Cap breakers are user-based prizes, so once earned, you can apply them to any save, new or old. When a cap breaker is applied to an attribute, it is permanent on that save. One of our favorite parts about cap breakers is that they contribute to badge, takeover, and animation attribute thresholds. On the cap breaking menu itself, as you temporarily increase cap breakers, the game will call out the exact features that are unlocked if you apply them. So with that, you can make informed decisions about where you'd like to apply your cap breaker. Okay, I'm gonna remember that when I make my build. Now, actually, they need to let us know. Oh, but I guess they can't let us know when we get cap breakers. But I guess we don't need to know yet. But as long as we know what it does. Do cap breakers transfer? Okay, kind of. This is not the same thing. Oh, okay. Something not mentioned if you apply cap breakers and your archetype name wants to change. Oh, so yeah, I seen this. So pretty much with cap breakers, you're gonna be able to unlock whole new build names. So it's like your build is gonna evolve with cap breakers, so they're gonna change your name. So that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. What is the scaling like between badge levels? As most can tell, when building their MyPlayers, higher attribute ratings increase your overall faster. One of the many reasons for this is that higher levels of badges get progressively more powerful. So in most cases, the difference you'll see in the impact between the higher badge levels, Hall of Fame and Legend, for example, is larger than the lower. So pretty much, if you want to build that has a lot of gold badges, you probably can do that. But what he's saying here is, oh, so that probably why it's nerfed. So the more legend badges you have, the more that's going to affect your overall. The more Hall of Fame badge you have, that's going to affect your overall. The more gold badge you have, that's going to affect your overall. The more, okay, you see what I'm saying? So, but if you went for just a lot of bronze badges compared to legend, you probably would be able to get a lot more in your build than, you know what I'm saying? But, so say for instance, if you want to get more legend, pretty much you got to just take hits somewhere in comparison to like golds, Hall of Fames. All right, right here, Court side was incorrect. Okay, so let's see what this is saying. Does playing my career games progress the games needed? Yes, playing my career games including or excluding practice drills will count towards unlocking takeover levels. Remember, you will unlock level 4 by activating level 3 in different or 10 different games, level 5 by activating level 4 in 15 different games. Takeover level unlocks do carry over between saves. So it's not 10 different times, it's in 10 different games. And it's not 15 different times, it's in 15 different games. So it has to be different games. And right here it says 30 games, when this is obviously showing it could be more than 25 or 30, but it has to be level 3 in 10 different games and level 4 in 15. So it really could only just be 25. All right, we got some more tweets to go over. Let's hop into them. Wolf tweets. He had a lot that we have to really go over. I think we went over this already, but just in case I didn't. Some more insight on 2K25 Builder. If you decide to go for legend badges in a category, your build will suffer. In other areas, if you want to be specialized and elite at one thing or two things, you will be lackluster in other areas. Alternatively, you can be a good, well-rounded player or build with a few Hall of Fame badges, a lot of gold and silver in all categories, a balanced do-it-all build. Ultimately, it's your decision on how you want to play 2K25. Excited for you all to get in there and start labbing. All right, so right there, he pretty much just says that when it comes to the builds this year, they're buffed. You're gonna be able to do more on it. It's gonna be more so based off the badges, more so than it is the ratings. The more legendary badges you go for, you know what I'm saying? So it really is gonna come down on this game. What's gonna be more important, attributes or badges? If they don't make the legendary badges significantly better than the Hall of Fame badges, it will not be a point of having legend badges. Simple as that. Most legend badges in 2K25 will be gated at a 97 to 99 attributes rating. And then here he says, can you explain max badge perk? Right here he gives a full explanation to it, which we already seen, but we'll go over it just in case he says something extra, because we already seen that stuff in the blog was already incorrect when we was talking about the Zach dude. It is a perk called max +1. When applied to badge, it will boost the badge to its max potential +1. Example, your build gets a max of Hall of Fame Paint Patroller. If you apply +1 boost to Hall of Fame Paint Patroller, it will boost the badge to legend level. And that is another thing that is going to be a reason why a lot of people don't even put legend, because if there's really only a couple of badges that's really OD at legend, all you got to do is make your build to be able to have a lot of these. Well, really not a lot, because I don't think you're going to be able to have a lot of Hall of Fame. He only really said you can have a lot of gold, a lot of silver. You can have multiple Hall of Fame, but you can still, while you have those multiple Hall of Fame, a lot of golds, a lot of silvers. So that was interesting. He said in all categories. So, but you can try to go for like the Hall of Fame badges that you feel are important. Now, I hope it's not scaled based off the attributes that they think is important. Like, say for instance, limitless range. That's probably going to take a lot. I heard it's like a 96 3-ball to get it, but we'll see in this video. Max +1 perk will be in the season reward path at levels 15 and 30. 15 is going to be for either tier 1 or tier 2. I just know they said tier 1 badges are the better badges. Tier 2 badges are worse, but you get those significantly faster. For some reason they flipped it around, but also the blog could have been wrong in how they worded that. At the end of the season, these will reset and you will have to earn the levels via season rewards to get the perks back. But also, don't forget, you can buy levels, so you can get it off rip if you want to. You must progress the badge to its max potential first before you are able to apply the perk. Now, the thing I just said about the fact that you can buy that is kind of pay to win, but at the same time it's not. It's kind of like, but yeah, it is pay to win. I'm gonna be honest, because like I said, bro, people can just buy these levels off the rip and have them day one. Now, having it day one ain't gonna be too much of an advantage, because you gotta earn these badges levels. Now, when you earn them, they don't go down, and you can then put it on. But yeah. All right, here we got Mike Wayne. I think I went over some of these, but we're gonna go over them again just in case. If I did, I probably won't put it in the video. If I did, my bad. Would ankle breaker animations work without takeover? We definitely went over that, but he says pretty much you get a small chance to drop defenders with high levels of ankle breaker assassin, or ankle assassin, not ankle breaker. I don't know why they changed the name, but okay. Frequency cranks up considerably with takeover. We've seen that. Now, right here, From what I'm hearing, does agility not affect your dribbling speed of ball? Not stamina. We heard that. Alright, so right here, this is the one that we definitely have not seen. So right here, somebody asked him, is Team Takeover the same way or different? He actually, I don't know why they just didn't mention this in the blog. I feel like this is kind of important. Team Takeover has been replaced by Team Chemistry in NBA 2K25. The team contributes to a shared meter with teamwork-related plays, assists, good help, etc. When the meter is full, all players receive in-game boosts that further benefit team play. Boosts vary by mode and chemistry level. Now, the way that they make it seem Takeover works, it's pretty much a thing that's just a constant. And it's like a constant like +7 if you keep it at a certain level. And you can have it seems like you only can pop take once a game no matter what you're playing. So whether you're playing Park, whether you're playing Rec, whether you're playing Pro-Am, whether you're playing Stage, it seems like you only can pop it once a game. I'm more so interested to see how that's going to work when it comes to outside of my career, 5v5. That don't really seem like a thing that's going to be easily done. Maybe it just pops automatic, but that just seems a little odd for that. But yeah, they have like 72, I believe, different takeovers and then like 14 different abilities. But that's interesting, the fact that they did it like that. But the boost being like a constant all throughout the game, and team chemistry being on top of that, giving you even more boost, is kind of crazy. But that also seems like another way randoms control you, so I will say that. All right, let's get back into Zach tweets. 6'8" Hall of Fame and 6'6" legend. I don't know what IIRC is, but hey, shout out to that, I guess. Let me see. This is probably gonna tell us the badge. Okay, so right here, Joey says, I'm already rattled, and it's showing legend Deadeye. That seems very OP. The developer himself says, me too. Can you tell us the tallest you can be for Hall of Fame Deadeye and Lethal Deadeye? Now, one thing I will say, legend should be OP. I don't want to see people saying this badge needs to be nerfed, this, that, and the third. You know, I don't want to see anything getting nerfed. If there's anything getting nerfed, it should be like glitches, like something that just genuinely is not meant to be in the game. Like people like doing just, I don't know, being invisible. I don't know, like people hitting 100% post hooks or something. I don't know, but I don't want to see like people being good at the game earlier than other people and that being patched. But yeah, he says me too to that, so that tells me something. I'm maybe reading too much into it, but that they tried to make legend badges like kind of arcadey. So if you play like NCAA, you break a lot of tackles on that game, very offensive focused. I feel like they may have went arcadey with the legend badges, but everything else is still kind of grounded. So maybe legend badges is only a my career thing, but I doubt it. Can you tell us the tallest you can be for Hall of Fame Deadeye and Lethal Deadeye? Now this is the question that we need asked. 6'8" for Hall of Fame, so you can be a 6'8" with Hall of Fame Deadeye, and you can be a 6'6" with. Okay, I think you had to be 6'5" for it last year, but I like that. Okay, so we're gonna go back. All right, so right here, he just retweeted the Team USA. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? At the time of this video dropping, you probably will not see that, and they probably will already have the gold because they're playing France. But shout out to the game against Serbia. Can you give us the max speed with ball of a 7-foot player? 65. I'm trying to think what the speed with ball. I know in a 6'10", you could get 76, I believe. Maybe even, no, it was a 70. So there's no way you got a 65 on a 7-foot this year. So maybe that's even higher than it was last year. So maybe even like the minimums or the maximums that each build gets are even higher. So right here, he pretty much breaking down what are the height caps for each position in NBA 2K25. The max height for each position are 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", 7 foot, 7'3". Now, if you're an OG 2K player, you remember these heights. Now, they did at one point change point guard from 6'5" to 6'7". I don't exactly remember what 2K that was, but that's how it originally was. And then they started going 6'9" on the point guards. Then they reverted that back to 6'8", and now we going back the way that we came, pretty much. Now, right here. Now, I'll be honest. Do I think that these are the right heights? In my opinion, no. I think point guard and shooting guard should have a little bit more difference. I think really every height should be a 2-inch difference. Pause. Really was crazy. But, you know, if the tallest height is going to be 7'3", I think power forward should go up to 7'1". Now, I do understand how that could make small forwards kind of broken, because then small forwards got to be 6'11", but 6'10", 6'11", that's only an inch. You can say an inch matter, but I don't know. Shooting guard 6'9", you can say that's only an inch. But then point guard being 6'7" ain't as crazy. Now the thing is, In my opinion, regardless of what's the height caps, I think at these different positions, it should fluctuate how easy it is to make certain builds. So that's my opinion. Like on 2K21, it was a good idea because it made more position variety important, because people at the end of the day are always going to make point guards, but power forwards being important in that game because they were so OD made that power forwards crazy. Now, they did it wrong. It was just busted. It was broken. That's because the way that they do builds, you put money on the game, they can't really patch builds. But that's why I say let's have a demo. I don't think they're going to have a demo. But, yeah, I do think that there should be like difference between the positions, not just the heights. I think the heights should have difference, but I think the positions should too. But yeah, that's just me. Now, right here, what are the height minimum for each position? And it's kind of funny that he added Beluba and he ended up responding. But 5'9" to 6'7", 6 foot to 6'8", 6'4" to 6'10", 6'5" to 7 foot, and 6'7" to 7'3". Okay. Now, next, he pretty much goes over the new names that they got. Are there new build names? Yes, there are well over 100 new possible archetype names that can be discovered. Some of my favorites are Rim Attacker, which is a solid name, but it's just another way of saying slasher. But Small Ball 4, Swiss Army Knife, which is a name that they should have probably been had. Junkyard Guard. I just want my Stretch 4 build name back, and he pretty much confirms that there are some names that are going to be returning. I'm not mad at names returning. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'll say. Can you explain? I already seen this. Okay, let's see. Okay, right here. He says a lot right here. I kind of heard this earlier because I was just seeing if he was putting out any more tweets. He pretty much answers a question about attribute points in the MyPlayer Builder, and this kind of goes over what I said earlier a little bit. Each year, the overall rating system in my career goes through a massive overhaul, which is kind of true. People say that 2K is the same game every year. The build system differentiates every single year. It's not, even if it looks similar, it's been a difference on it every single year that kind of changes how you make your builds in terms of badges, attributes, all that. Even gameplay. Across the board, we're always looking to maximize ways for players to make fun and unique builds while also preventing metas and demigods from sneaking through the cracks. While there are literally hundreds of thousands of different MyPlayer possibilities out there, we've created more tools that I guess he meant to say that pull out the outliers, thus allowing us to increase the flexibility in the number of attributes a user can apply to their player. In the end, in almost all cases, if you recreate a build from NBA 2K25 or from 2K24 in NBA 2K25, you'll end up with a lower overall that leaves room to allow you to pump in some more attributes. He said a lot there to just say they buffed builds. It's easier to have more stuff on your builds. Y'all know that making demigods makes the game bad. That's why we want a regular builder. That's not 100% true. People kind of confuse the demigod thing. I will say, I think we do need to go in a different direction. If you're going to go demigods, I think you should go all the way in on demigods, because whatever that was this year, that was just not it on the build system, in my opinion. But at the same time, demigods is not a horrible thing if you do the gameplay right. Demigods was awful on 2K21 because the gameplay was awful. There was just no defense on that game. It just is what it is, regardless of if people could do everything or not. If people couldn't do everything in that game would be 10 times worse because, yeah. But, yeah, if they can have demigods, it's worked in the past. It just got to have good gameplay. Fun. If you're going to have a demigod game, you have to have really ridiculous gameplay that kind of makes offense and defense, like, be able to counter each other. So, like, if somebody is a guy that can do everything, but they're also going against a guy that can do everything, the guy that can do everything that's guarding them should be able to play great defense. But that's just not the case. So that's what I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense, but it probably don't for somebody. Is there a way to test out our jump shot in the jump shot creator after we make one, or will we have to find a court? I create it when I'm in my court. So he pretty much not only says there's my court back, which we already knew, but he pretty much confirms what I asked. I was hoping that when you're in the my court, you can change your animations, all that. And that's how it used to be. But I do know when it comes to doing a couple of the things in the city, I know that they bringing the city back. You couldn't do a lot of those like things. You have to walk outside, walk back in, walk back out. Like, nah, we didn't want that. Then here, you can create jumpers in my court. No more leaving to change the jump shot and coming back into the building. Actually, On current gen, the last couple years, you may not have been able to do that. You may have had to walk back out. Unless someone pulls the rug from me, yeah, that's what I do. Step off the court, create the jumper, hop onto the court, and test it. I remember it being like that, but I think on like 2K21 where they had the beach, I don't think you could. I think you had to walk back out. But it's been a couple. It's been a couple since I played the game that had my court. CT ESPN Lakers. If you know, you know. So you're saying I could get level 5 takeover and activate my takeover boost. Then when it expires, I drop back to 4.5 and I'm only 1 to 3 good plays from activating my takeover ability again. This is what I was asking. Your takeover boost will automatically fire off when you hit level 5. Then yeah, drop back to 4.5. Takes a bit to get from 4.5 to 5 though. Okay, maybe I was wrong. So you don't get to only unlock takeover once a game. He pretty much says you can, but maybe it just takes a long time to get takeover. I hope that has like a scale effect for like 5v5 games where you got quarters in the park where you only playing the 21, because I don't know. It don't seem like they got takeover perks anymore. So I'm a little concerned with that one. Okay, what happens when your takeover expires? Takeover is quite different than what you've been used to. It's really a hot cold meter that flows up and down based on how you're playing. There are no significant gains or drops to the meter. When level 5 expires, your takeover ability expires and you simply drop back to about halfway point between level 4 and level 5. This is the same for each level you drop out of. If you drop out of 4, you get to the halfway point of 3 and 4, and so on. Now, if you remember when he was showing the takeovers, at each level you get +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, all the way to +7 when you're in your takeover ability. So it's pretty much you're gonna have a constant pluses to your abilities. Now, I don't remember if they ever took this out, but I do remember there was a time that the higher your 3-point rating was, the faster your jump shot was, or something like that. I don't think that's in the game anymore. I think the only way you change your jump shot timing now is when you're tired. So, but if they do have something like that still, and I'm just tripping, that'll be bad. That'll be bad. Now, right here, he responds to the thing I saw earlier. Thanks for the reply. Seems like that could be overpowered, but I'll wait and see. Maybe 3.5 or 4. What do we start the game at? Is 2.5 neutral or something? And dropping means cold. You start at 0. 0 is neutral. You can go cold below 0. That seems a little crazy, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I don't know. We're not gonna fully know a lot of this until we get our hands on it. So please don't beg the man that drops the patch stuff and we ain't touched the game. Most legend badges didn't. Okay, we seen that. Okay, we have another thing. What advantages do shorter builds have this year? Shorter builds are a constant subject of discussion for us. It's clear that a shorter build, while likely faster, quicker, and better handles, has a hard time getting off a viable shot against lengthy defenders. This made it very difficult, ultimately, to succeed as a small scorer. We are giving more wiggle room to smalls in the builder. In addition, we're introducing a new badge called Mini Marksman, which allows a smaller shooter 6'3" or shorter to shoot more effectively against taller defenders. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Taking out that badge for shorter builds was the dumbest thing they ever did, in my opinion. And then nerfing it and putting it with playmaking was another bad decision in my opinion, because people found ways to loophole that. But no, they should have never. They was trying their hardest to make the small guards not good. And I will be honest, if 2K wants to make a realistic game, small guard builds are getting X'd out the game. If you're watching the NBA, the Celtics pretty much just gave people a blueprint of how small guards are becoming less and less usable in the NBA. Like, you gotta be crazy elite, but even then, you play against the Celtics, it's tough. It's only really one person that can really destroy them, that's a small guard. We don't need to say no names. Let's keep it moving. So do smaller builds have gradually more attribute points? Yes. So he pretty much confirms right there that the smaller you are, the more or the easier it is to upgrade your player. So that's gonna make small guards be a lot more used this year. I'm already thinking about it. I'm gonna be making my 2K25 build video very soon of my theory of what's gonna be the best build before we, you know what I'm saying, get the game, because it don't seem like we're gonna get a demo. So hopefully I can get that out before they drop any more news. But if they do drop news of a demo, then that probably doesn't drop. But yeah, I gotta drop that annual little video. They may even be with this video. I don't know. All right, so we got more 2K25 builder news. I'm gonna try to postpone this video as long as I can until we get all the tweets out that we possibly can. So he's answering another question. Can we use our jump shot in the builder tester? Now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what y'all was reading. I don't know what y'all was looking at, but it literally showed us and they told us that you could do that. He told us himself, but he's gonna answer it right here. But maybe we get even more details on how it works. When you enter the build tester, you will be presented with a screen that is much like the gameplay animations menu in My Career. You can recreate a jumper, create a dunk style, and swap animations in and out for every gameplay category we have. Then you can test in freestyle, 3v3, or 5v5. What you do here, however, is temporary. It's simply to test drive what your player could be capable of. That said, if you find animations you like, you can favorite them and they'll show up at the top of your list once you enter My Career. So that's nice that you can have your favorite animations at the top and stuff like that. But yeah, then right here, I still don't get how this wasn't brought with the tester when it was first introduced. It's literally useless. He says making games takes time, pretty much. And then right here, he kind of doubles down on what he was saying. For those who have been wanting this for years, I feel that ditto glad is in makes such a huge difference in knowing if your build is the right one for you. To be real though, they're not saying much about VC and how much it costs. People need to ask how much does it cost to even make a build. I think that's kind of important. I think that's kind of the elephant in the room. But hopefully it's lower than ever. But that most likely that's not true. Now, if it isn't going to be true, hopefully the build system this year is kind of more stabilized in terms of like, yeah, we're going to be able to test it, but hopefully it's not too much fluctuation on the patches and what's going to be the things that we going to need on our build and what's not, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so right here, we don't even have to go to Wolf. For all my guards out there, be open to using a smaller guard in 2K25. Smaller guards will have more attribute points to work with. You will also have access to the new badge, Mini Marksman. Personally, I've been enjoying playing on a small guard. Typically 6 foot to 6'2" is the height I make my small guards. Obviously, height will always have great benefits, but don't sleep on the smaller, quicker guards in 2K25. And I'm gonna be honest, I think smaller guards are definitely gonna be meta. I think just bringing that badge back is gonna be enough. Can other people see if you have cat breakers? Yes, the 2K or the cat breakers show up in 2K cards, the attributes menu, etc. That's interesting. All right, so to give y'all even more credence to what I was saying on the overall and attributes getting more on builds this year. This is a 99 overall build. We don't know the height, we don't know the weight, we don't know the wingspan. This is something that they showed in the trailer. 99 overall, you have 93 layup, 93 dunk, 87 3 ball, 85 pass accuracy, 93 ball handle, 91 speed with ball, while still having an 85 steal, 87 speed, 83 agility, and 80 vert. So you getting a lot more on this build than you really could get on 2K20. All right, so right here, this is pretty much all the badges that got removed. Acrobat, Pro Touch, but majority of these badges, you know what I'm saying, they got removed, but they got put into other badges. But one that's pretty interesting is Bulldozer. I didn't really see a way that got put back in the game, so I'm guessing they're going away from stuff like this, animation type badges. But they do still have physical finisher, so that could be within physical finisher, just like fearless finisher. But it only seems like it really does like the contact layup finishing ability. So I don't think it is. Actually, another thing I just noticed, they took out big driver and they didn't really replace that. They don't have a big man like dribbling badge. So I think that's interesting that that's just more so based off speed with ball now, no longer based off height. So I think that is interesting, but I think there is a height cutoff for it. So that is interesting. This is the first look at the takeover. This was another thing that was in the trailer. So you see how the takeover has 3 levels. You got the team chemistry, so you can kind of see that's how the team takeover thing works. So your team chemistry is at 99%. You got the A+, the stats. So yeah. All right, here, I don't even know if we can even show this, but this is something that leaked as well, pretty much. Requirements of other badges in the game. I don't think this is that big of a deal to get in trouble for. So we're gonna go over some of these. So handles for days, this is one that we can see all 5 badges in all the categories, or not categories, but all the requirements. So to get like, I guess, legend handles for days, 97 ball handle. They said that the majority of them gonna be 97 to 99, but there are gonna be some that's in that lower 90s. It's just gonna be 90s and up for sure, guaranteed. But yeah, 97 ball handle, 94 ball handle, 90 ball handle, 81 ball handle, and 71. So very interesting. I'm pretty sure the way they did it, if you remember how they did it last year when you made a build, if you had a 99, the difference between 99 and like 98 majority of the time was like 3 overalls. So I'm pretty sure what they did, the higher the overall, instead of it just being like that for 99, it's probably like that for 99, 98, 97 in the scales. Instead of it being like the more attributes you put into a build, you know what I'm saying, such and such. So the higher the attribute, the more it affects the overall, instead of it just being the more attributes you put into a build. So I like that way a lot more, to be honest. But yeah. Alright, here is Deadeye. This doesn't show all of them, but this just gives us a glimpse of what it's going to take. So you got 73 just to get it, 85 just to get it, 92 just to get it gold. So just a added glimpse just to see how it works when you comes to, I guess, getting the badge. Alright, here we got Ankle Breaker Assassin, which is, or not Ankle Breaker Assassin. I'm going to probably just call this Ankle Breaker, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, we've seen this in the trailer, 98, 95, 93. 86, 75. I think a lot of people gonna actually try to get it, but if it's not good, it's not gonna be worth it. But we'll see. Then we got some Interceptor looks, 60, 73. So yeah, aim, but 73 driving down, 65 vertical. By the way, I have no clue how they're getting this, but yeah.
All of my friends are dead, leave them in the cold, put them in the tundra. I go Ray Charles, second I see her, I make her fumble. I was just a with Aaliyah, pussy in the jungle.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!